All right, everyone. Hello and welcome to another session of Fit Essentials. We are going to be go ahead and get moving today. Remember, if you have any kind of injuries or anything that doesn't feel right, always consult your doctor and don't, push yourself beyond anything that we'll be doing. So use your intuition for your body, especially since I can't be there in person to help. Those of you on live, please don't hesitate to come off any time and ask for any questions or clarifications. Otherwise, go ahead and come to your feet. We'll get started. All right, come to your feet. We're going to start with our breathing. So feet just outside the hips, slight bend in the knees. Go ahead and bring your palms together in front of your chest. We're going to breathe in, really fill the lungs with air as you reach up. So breathe in, stretch tall, and exhale, drop them down. Those of you that have been with us for a while, we'll do this 3 times. So 2 more. Feel free to close those eyes. Stretch up nice and tall as you breathe. Elevate through the shoulders and relax down. Fantastic. Once more. Deep breath in. And nice, relaxed, long exhale. Fantastic. From there, bend the knees a little bit more. Start to swing at the sides, arms nice and heavy. So I'm just kind of guiding my hips one side forward, then the other side forward. Let the arms be heavy. Just get some blood flow going through your torso. I'll figure out this lighting one of these days. Good job. About 15 more seconds here. Get that breathing going. Fantastic. All right, bring it back. We'll do one more cycle of 3 breaths today. So fill the lungs, stretch tall. Exhale, relax down. Fantastic. Twice more. Breathing in and out. Fantastic. Last one. And let it all go. And now we're going to start to put one hand on the hip, rotate your body and reach across to the side. Rotate and reach, just nice and smooth. I'll exhale as I reach. Breathe in as you come back to center. Fantastic. Couple more. Awesome. From there, we're going to walk the feet in so they're just underneath the hips, toes pointing straight ahead. Stand up nice and tall. You're going to tuck your chin towards your chest, hands on the thighs. Start to round forward. This will be about the only time we kind of purposely round here, just to gently warm up. Stay strong in the core, strong in the legs. Don't force anything. Just kind of feel where you feel some stretch. And then when you're ready, tuck the hips under. Start to come back up to standing. We'll reach up to overhead and rotate side to side. Look over one shoulder, back to center, and gently look over the other shoulder. Very good. When you finish that, we'll do some nice big circles of the arms. Alternate which arm's on top. All right, from here, we're gonna go into our cycle of some blood flow work, and we're gonna start with some balance work. So I recommend standing by a chair or a wall if your balance is a little bit off. We're gonna do what we call the sway here today. So nice wide base stance, arms either out to the side or up in the air. And then we're gonna just lift up to the hips, shift towards one side of the body, and then you'll hold about 1 to 3 seconds there, and then when you're ready, you'll shift towards the opposite side. Very good. We'll go between 30 and 45 seconds here. Find something to focus on, or if you're pretty stable here, then go ahead and close your eyes. Give your body an extra challenge. Keep your mind open today. Fantastic. Just swaying back and forth as you feel. Work on adjusting to that balance. Continuing to lift up through the core. Very good. Let's go about 10 more seconds. We're going to go to our marching next. Very good. So relax the arms down, bring the feet in, and we'll start to march in place. Driving the arms at the side, picking the knees up, picking the feet up. Find that balance. Very good. Yep. Focus to keep the hips nice and square. Just move at a rhythm that feels good to you. Anybody that wants more intensity can jog in place. Fantastic. All right, make sure you don't have anything on the ground to trip on. I said that because I tripped a couple times setting up today. And we're gonna go into our lateral step. So step out nice and wide, step it in. Step long, step it in. You can either stay tall or come into this crouch position like I am here. Lateral steps, good. Fantastic, about another 15 seconds. Nice work. Fantastic, back to center. You can repeat that march, or if you feel good there, want to add a little hop, you can skip in place. So either marching or skipping. Smile with it, have some fun. There you go. Fantastic. 10 more seconds here. Excellent. And 2, 1, and bring it down to a walk. We're gonna go into our good morning. So I have my feet just underneath my hips, toes are pointing straight ahead. Slight bend in those knees, arms over the shoulders, hinging forward or bowing forward. Feel the hamstrings and then stand tall. So say hello or good morning. Good afternoon for some of you on the East Coast. Hinging over and up. Very good. Couple more. Really long in the spine. So this is that bending or hinging pattern for our deadlifts. And use nice and smooth there. Fantastic. All right, once you finish that, we're gonna go back to the top, back to that sway. So either arms to the side or slightly overhead. Remember to pull up through that core, shifting side to side. We'll go one more round with a little bit variation this time. Fantastic. As you're looking to balance, think about pushing that big toe down on the side that you're balancing on. That's gonna help activate the arch of the foot, gives you a nice grounded place of support. Good job. You start to feel those muscles firing in the outer hips and legs, working to stabilize on that one side. Fantastic. Maybe one more to each side. We're going to our marching next. You can either go regular march or add the cross body punch. So punching across the body, knees nice and high. There you go. Keep that breathing going, nice and strong. Good job. All right, we're gonna go back to our lateral step. This time we're gonna add a little bit of a squat in between. So you'll step out nice and wide, sit the hips back, pull the hips down as far as you're comfortable, keeping the heels on the ground. Step in, step out, and sit the hips back. Fantastic. In, out. Just kind of work your way into it. When you're doing that squat, it's also helpful to have a little bit of a toe out, not dramatically, just about 10 degrees or so. Helps open up through those hips. And as you pull the hips down, chest as tall as you can. And again, we're keeping those heels planted and also pushing that big toe down. So even though the heels push down, we don't want those toes to lift up. Very good. About one more there. Fantastic. We're gonna bring it back in now, either your skip or repeat that march. Last little 30 seconds here, getting some more blood flow going. We'll do a little bit more stretching after this. Nice job. Very good. And 3, 2, 1, and go ahead and take a rest. Feel free to grab some water. Okay. So our first circuit today has some deadlifting in it. So we're going to repeat our toe touch. Standing tall, chin towards the chest. Now instead of rounding this time, we're going to send the hips back, chest up, and I'm just sliding the hands down the thighs, kind of seeing where's my end range for my range of motion. Can I touch my knees, my shins, my ankles, or beyond? If you're like knees and shins, when we do our deadlift work today, which is going to be with the weight at the side, recommend just bring that weight down to about the level of the knees. So got the weight on the side of the body because we're doing a suitcase deadlift, like our old school luggage. And I'm just going to demonstrate right now, hinging back. You can either come to the knee height, or especially if the weight's kind of like longer and taller, you can come all the way to the ankles if you have the ability to touch down to the ankles. If your range of motion is about knee or mid shin, then just bring that weight to right about that height, okay? All right, so before we roll into that, find a wall. I'm gonna come over to this nice tree. We're gonna open up the upper body with our pec stretch. So let's go left arm on the wall or doorway, elbow right about shoulder height, step forward with your left foot, lean into it, and then you're gonna turn your body away. So we're gonna open up through your chest and breathe. Fantastic, then switch sides when you're ready. So right hand this time, elbow right about shoulder height, right leg's gonna step forward or whichever one's on the inside. Just kind of gently lean your torso forward, and then you're gonna rotate away, getting a nice opening in the front of the chest on that right side. We tend to get really pulled forward in our chest, so we wanna keep that open. Using a doorway is a great way to do that, or get some good energy from the trees if you're outside. Fantastic. Go ahead and shake out your arms when you finish that. Alternate which arm's on top. One in front, one in back. We'll go back to the start here. All right. So once you finish those arm swings, we're going to go into our triceps. So with that slight in the knees, core is strong. Let's reach your right arm up in the air. Bend the elbow. Keep your All right, we're back. Tricep side bend, so we grab that elbow. Now we're gonna bend to the side. Side bending and straight up. Very good. One more should make about 5, and then go ahead and switch. So your left arm this time, reach up, bend the elbow, grab that elbow, and we'll go 5 times to the opposite side. Okay. Shirley's probably like, why do I keep getting nominated as the lead? Whoever signs on first, then if it kicks off, it puts that person in charge. All right, we're gonna go some seated twists next. If you know it on the floor and prefer the floor, you're welcome to lie down. Otherwise, join me in a chair or on a stool. So sitting on the edge of your chair, nice and tall, you're gonna rotate to one side. Take your opposite hand to the opposite thigh. You're gonna just gently push yourself into a twist. Same side, hand to shoulder, and we're gonna rotate around as you look over that shoulder. Anyone that wants a deeper twist can take that leg, kind of cross it over and just get a little bit more of a twist here. Got to be grateful for technology even when it interrupts your sessions, right? Still provides us all to connect. Boy, it can be frustrating. Sit tall. We're going to go to the other side. So either both feet flat or cross that other leg over. Sitting tall, rotate over, hand to the shoulder, and we're going to circle that elbow around. 5 to 10 circles. I like to rotate it backwards because I feel like I'm opening through the chest a little bit more, rotating backwards. Fantastic. All right. So what we're going to be doing, I talked about that suitcase deadlift. It's going to be a suitcase deadlift, hinging over with the weight. If you at all feel got 2 bars. Mom says I was out of the shadow over here, so maybe you should go over here. All right, we'll make the best we can. All right, so let's talk about this one more time. So we got suitcase deadlift, weight in that left arm. What I was saying that if you feel a little bit unstable, you don't feel ready for the weight to be outside the body, now too. Yeah, let me just try and move just a little bit because I've been to this spot a lot. 1 second. It's amazing what like setting up 10 feet different can do. I'll just do it on the grass. I don't need the mat. Okay, so deadlift and overhead press. All right, so all I was saying, so instead of the weight being on the side, you could go a wider base stance, especially if you're newer to this, and have the weight come between the legs if that feels better, okay? And if you don't quite feel ready to hinge with weight forward, then remember our good morning is our sub, so that you're standing tall, hands across the chest, and you can do a good morning, all right? After we do our deadlift with the weight in the left arm, then we're gonna take it up to the shoulder, and we're gonna press up to overhead. So pushing straight to overhead, up and down there. Then we'll go to the right arm deadlift, 30 seconds there. We'll take 15 in between, right arm overhead press. I'm gonna take you through 3 sets of that. If you're newer to this, feel free to join me for just about 2 of those or so. Any questions? All right, let's start with that left arm deadlift. Remember to stand tall, feet are gonna be just underneath the hips. And 2, 1, here we go. Hips back. Think about coming down nice and controlled, engaging the glutes at the top. Long in the spine. Good job. There's 15 seconds. You can work for all of the 30 seconds, or you can call it early. If you want more reps, you could work into a little bit of the rest break if you'd like. And 3, 2, 1, that's our 30 seconds. You can use the same weight or different weights. Obviously, if you have heavier weights, you want to press the lighter one up to overhead. And 2, 1, whenever you're ready. Push straight up to overhead, controlling down. Elbow comes forward. We've been doing overhead presses mostly on Thursdays the last few weeks, so I switched it up, brought it into the Tuesday rotation. Remember, as we push overhead, we don't want to arch that back, so keep the core engaged. If you need to push a little bit in front of your head because you may not have that flexibility yet, that's a-okay. And 2, 1, and rotate. Good job. We're going to go back to the right arm. Now we're going to go back, or deadlifts with the weight in the right. Stand nice and tall. Hinge at the hips. And begin when you're ready. Engage those glutes. Over and up. We want that neck to be neutral as well. So as your chest starts to bend forward, look towards the floor instead of looking straight up so that your head's not craned up like a Pez head. All of you would know the Pez dispensers. Those wonderful little nutritious candies, not really. Good job, almost there. 2, 1, and rotate. Very good. Right arm overhead press is next. And then that will be the end of set 1. And begin when you're ready. When we're pressing overhead is when I'll remind you to go ahead and elevate that shoulder up. Pretty much every other exercise, we focus on shoulder blade back and down. Smooth breathing. Fantastic, almost there. And 2, 1, and rest. Awesome. All right, let's go ahead and take a short break here. We'll just do a little bit of mobility work if you want to go back to your chair, or those of you that know it on all fours, we're going to do our rotations through the mid-back. So hand behind the head, elbow towards the opposite thigh if you're seated, or opposite arm if you're on all fours. Rotate, look over that shoulder. We're going to go 5 on each side. Elbow towards the opposite side, sit tall, and get some nice gentle rotations in. Breathe in as you close, exhale as you rotate. Fantastic. Same thing other side. Hand behind the head, elbow to the thigh, sit and rotate. Fantastic. When you finish those 5 rotations, go ahead and take a quick drink. And we're going to start set 2 in about 10, we'll go in 20 seconds. So we'll be back to that suitcase deadlift on the left. If you don't feel quite ready, feel free to take a break this round. All right, 5 seconds. Set the feet just underneath the hips, toes straight ahead, long in the spine, and begin when you're ready. Engage the glutes, sending the hips back. Chin in, forehead towards the floor as you bow forward. Squeeze the backside. Say hello, engage those glutes when you stand tall. And you're using your upper body to keep that weight close to the body, and rest. So what I mean by that is we're not letting it swing out away. Just use your upper body to hold it nice and strong. All right, overhead press is next. Left arm, and here we go, nice and smooth. Push to overhead, elbow comes down and forward. Remember, ribs down. Seeing if you can bring that shoulder up towards the ear. Very good. And 2, 1, and rotate. Nice job. Suitcase deadlift, right arm. Standing tall, sending the hips back, and beginning when you're ready. Engage the glutes, over and down. Bowing forward, core engaged. Sometimes there's that tendency for the knees to shoot forward. Your knees should kind of just be stationary. There's like a little bit of a bend, but largely we're bowing at the waist. And 2, 1, and rest. Good job. Overhead press on the right, 10 seconds. And 3, 2, 1, here we go. Elevate through the shoulder. Very good, everybody. Hey, there's Shirley. Hello, hello. Nice work. 10 seconds. Good job. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Awesome. That's the end of set 2. Feel free to take a total break here, or if you want to open up your inner thighs, we're going to go wider base stance, so feet outside the hips. Feel free to balance onto a chair or something here. You're going to do like a little bit of a lunge to one side. So I push my heel down, push that knee out, and I'm looking to stretch that inner thigh here. Then I'll come to center, push the heel down, push the knee out on the other side, and just gently going side to side. Again, we're opening the inner thigh. Fantastic. All right, we have just one more set of the deadlifts and the overhead press. Beautiful. And let's go ahead and bring the feet in and circle those hips around. Some hip circles. 3 to 5 one direction, and then 3 to 5 the other way. Wonderful. All right, grab a sip of water if you haven't already. And 15 seconds until we'll start set 3. Last round here, if you feel good to join us. Long in the hips, back to the left arm suitcase deadlift. And begin when you're ready. Engage the core, hinging over. Good. Keep connecting to the breath. Well done. Very nice. 5 seconds. Over and up, over and rest. Awesome. Overhead press on that left arm. 2, 1, and begin. Good control as you push up. Yep. Think elbow forward as you bring it down. You're bringing your thumb towards your collarbone and then straight up to overhead. There you go, very nice. Smooth. Yep. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and we'll rest. Good job. 2 more exercises to finish out this set. Back to the right arm with that deadlift on the weight on the right side. 2, 1, nice and controlled. So we've got the weight on one side of the body, so we're really focused on core control and not letting your body twist through the torso. So setting the hips straight back, bringing the weight down, keeping it close to the center of gravity. Halfway through. Hips over and stand. Good job. 5 seconds. And 2, 1, rest. Fantastic. Just overhead press on the right. And then we're going to get ready for our next circuit. All right, folks, 2, 1, here we go. Breathe as you push. Fantastic. Try to elevate that shoulder up. Feel it move along the rib cage. Nice work. 10 seconds left. And 3, 2, 1, all good there. Beautiful. Shake that out. Okay. So what I'd like you to do is go ahead and repeat those tricep side bends where you reach up, grab the elbow, side bending 5 times. I'm going to just talk a couple things on the squat. So like we warmed up that squat, where you're gonna sit back, pull the hips down, okay? You can squat to a chair, or I've got my little cooler here that I'm gonna pretend is my chair. Kind of stand towards the edge. And then as you sit back, you're gonna touch your hips, ideally just lightly touch to the seat of the chair, and then stand smooth from there, okay? So you can use something to squat to as you'd like. We're gonna be doing what's called a waiter squat today, if you'd like to add some weight to your exercise. So similar to when we did the deadlift with the weight on one side, same idea with the squat. We'll hold the weight in one hand, starting with that left arm, and you'll send the hips back, send the knees out, heels planted, stand smooth. Okay, so you'll go squatting with the weight in the left hand. Then we'll take our 15 seconds. Then normally I use a little higher bench here, but if you have that bench, you can support, reach forward. We're gonna pair it with our upper body row, up and forward, okay? If you happen to have bands, and you wanna give your body a break from that bent over position, if the first period was enough for you, you can use your band, put your foot through the center, and now I can do a horizontal row, all on the left arm with that band. So you notice, just elbow into the side, and I have the band around the foot, okay? And then we'll, similar pattern as we just did with the deadlift. Then we'll go right arm weight for our squats for 30 seconds, and then we'll do either that bent over row, or again, you could go back to your band, and this time with the right arm. Any questions on those two exercises? All right, let's open the hip flexors first. So stagger stance, go your left foot forward, right foot back. Heels are planted. I'm gonna focus to kind of engage the hips, send the hip forward, and take your right hand to the left shoulder and pull your that's your right elbow towards the torso. And now we're gonna sink into those hips, sink them forward and rotate towards the left. So just looking to get a little bit of an opening here. Say hello to the hip flexors, and then we'll switch sides when you're ready. So feet flat on the ground, engage the glute, shift the hip forward, left hand to the right shoulder, and just pull that elbow into the torso a little bit. And then we'll shift and rotate. Fantastic. You can either repeat that stretch, or if you prefer to grab the foot and go to the standing quad stretch, that would be your other alternative. Okay, so either quad stretch or join me again for the stagger stance, engaging that hip forward and rotating to the side. Now some can easily grab the foot, others it's a challenge. So either way, open up the front of the hip. Good job. If you haven't switched legs, go ahead and switch legs. Awesome. All right. Getting ready for the squat and the bent over rows or the seated rows. We're gonna go left arm first on the squats. And remember, again, you can just hang out and squat. You don't have to add weight if you don't feel quite ready for it. All right, 10 seconds, left arm. And 3, 2, 1. Join us when you're ready. Sending the hips back and down. Heels planted, knees are staying in line over your feet without shooting out over the toes. Very good. Fantastic. And really practice chest up. Don't let that chest drop down. So now you want to keep the eyes looking straight ahead. Fantastic. And 2, 1, rest. That row is next. Remember, you can use the band if you prefer. Either supporting your right hand on something, or you can come into this lunge position as well. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Elbow above the torso, reaching forward, elbow up. Yep. Very good. Fantastic. So we're thinking, pull that shoulder blade in as if you're trying to pin your lower shoulder blade towards your spine. And breathe. And 2, 1. Go ahead and rest. Excellent. Going back to our squats, this time on the right side. So if you're holding weight, you'll hold it in your right hand. Set the feet just about hip width apart, slight toe out. Send the hips back, chest tall, heels pushing down. Very good. Core strong. Work on that depth as well as you can. Those of you that have children around the house or get to see those young ones, you get to see how we're really supposed to squat when they can just hang out there and play in the bottom of the squat. That's what we're intended to do. And rest. Great job. Unfortunately, we sit in chairs a lot in this lifetime. Sometimes we lose that ability. All right, right arm row. Reach it forward and begin when you're ready. Elbow up above the torso. Think shoulder blade down the body. Continue to connect to the breath. Very good. Just remember you're holding strong through that support arm as well. And rest. Awesome. Into set 1. We're gonna do one more cycle on that. And then I'll let you all tell me if you want a third one or if you want to move to the last piece. All right, but let's go ahead and just do a stretch before we go right into it. So if you want to grab a water, if you want to use your band, you can. If you can reach the hands behind you, we're doing our behind the back stretch. So you can also hold on to something, extend the arms out, and lift up. Ribs down, we don't want to arch, so pour in. And if you want to add a forward fold, I recommend a wide base stance for it, and then you would bow forward, lifting the arms up. But feel free to just stay standing and lift from there, opening the chest. Very good. Well done. All right, shake that out, everybody. 15 seconds, and we're going to go back to that squat with the weight in the left arm. Cycle 2 on the squats and bent over rows. Sorry, I said right, left arm. And begin when you're ready. Knees push out, chest up. Very good. And you'll notice I like to reach that other arm out. If I'm not holding weight, I'll reach both arms out, help keep that chest up. And if you are holding weight, it just stays stationary at the shoulder. You can even rest it on your shoulder a little bit. Well done. Smile, thank yourself for showing up, doing this work, and rest. Good job. I'm going to show the band this time, or that bent over row. So if you're doing the band, you can still do one arm. Here we go. Just pull the elbow into the side, reach it forward, elbow back and in. Or bowing forward, elbow high. Very good. Ten seconds left. And 2, 1, rotate. Fantastic, group. Now we'll go to that squat on the right arm. Try not to trip over anything. Set those feet just outside the hips, slight toe out. Join us when you're ready. Sinking back, standing smooth. There you go. Good job. 15 seconds left. Looking straight ahead, chest nice and tall. 2, 1, and rest. Fantastic. Just that right arm row. 2, 1, and here we go. Reaching forward, squeeze that elbow back and in. Breathe. There you go, good. 10 seconds. And 2, 1, and we're resting. Excellent. Thumbs up if anybody wants a third cycle of that. Are we good today? All right, if anyone's on the recording, you want a third cycle, just press pause and you can roll through that. All right, just 2 exercises in our final set today, and we'll go through a couple more stretches before we get into it. But I want to demonstrate the 2 movements just in case anyone needs to do any rearranging. The first one, pretty straightforward. We're going to do a little bit more overhead work. And if anyone's kind of fried on that overhead work, you could also press straight forward, do a push-up. Okay. Otherwise, as I didn't bring 2 of the same weights today, you can hold both weights in each hand, pushing straight up to overhead, either with strict straight knees, or you can give a little dip and a drive like we did on Thursday with the single arm. Dip and push both arms together to overhead, okay? From there, we go directly into what we call get-ups. Let's see if I can demonstrate a little bit from here. So if you guys got the email, I showed how to do it off an elevated surface, so I'll just demonstrate it once here on the park bench. You can do it on a couch or a bed. You would lie down, legs extended, lay back, and then you would roll or sit up to one side, come to standing. Especially if you're on a couch, switch positions. Now I'd put my feet to the opposite direction. Lay back, and then do what you need to do to get yourself up and come all the way to standing, okay? If you're on the floor or the ground, let's see if I can get the lighting a little bit better. Yeah. You're gonna lay back, work your way down, lay flat, arms come up to overhead, and then depending upon your mobility, you could roll to one side. Just pay attention to how you're getting up, right? Push yourself all the way up, come to standing, make your way back down. This one will have a full minute on. You'll lay back, reach to overhead, and now you want to come up and roll to the opposite side and make your way up from there, okay? A little bit more advanced portion of this would be if you have that flexibility, you would lay back, come straight forward, come up, and you can do a little hop from there, okay? All depending upon that range of motion that you may have. So we're going to practice getting up and off the ground for a minute or off of an elevated surface, and then we'll have 30 seconds in between sets. All right, so before we roll into that, let's go ahead and repeat that little bit of more rotation work. So the one that we did seated, hand behind the head, elbow towards the opposite thigh. Go ahead and rotate, look over that shoulder. 5 times each arm. Elbow to the thigh, sit tall, and rotate. Really important, especially with the overhead work, to keep the rib cage mobile. Keeps our low back happier and our upper back, or our known as our neck, cervical spine. Or if you're down 5 on one side, opposite side, same thing. Elbow to the opposite thigh, sit tall, look over that shoulder. Down and up. All right, and we're gonna do 3 rounds of this last circuit. So each round is 90 seconds of work. Like I said, 30 seconds down and up, shoulder to overhead, and then we'll have a full minute to practice our get-ups. We'll rest 30 seconds in between sets, or you're welcome to take that 2 minutes of rest and join us on the first and the third. Questions? All right, we're gonna start here in 20 seconds. If you're like me and have oddball weights, just pay attention which hand has which weight and we'll switch it up each set. 10 seconds till we start. And 3, 2, 1, down and push to overhead. Breathe. Fantastic. There you go. Nice job, everybody. 2, 1, and rotate. Get-ups are next. Remember, from the elevated surface or getting down and off the ground. Arguably one of the most functional things we can do. We want to maintain that ability to get on the floor and off the ground. One of those movements that oftentimes will sound easier than it can be. If you tend to get dizzy, try to find something to focus on as you stand. Strong support through the arms. Good job. 20 seconds left. Nice job. There you go. Sit up and get up. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Wipe off the dirt. 30 seconds rest. Very good. Either 30 seconds rest or take the full 2 minutes and just join us on the third set. Nice work, everyone. All right, 10 seconds till set 2. 3, 2, 1. Shoulder to overhead is first. Strong in the midsection. Both hands go up together. Breathe. Great job. 2, 1, and moving into the get-ups. As you lay flat, reach the arms up overhead. On the ground, off the ground, or on the couch, off the couch. Nice job. Remember to alternate which side you get up on, or if you're on that elevated surface, switch which direction your feet go each time. Keep the shoulders in a good position as you push off the ground or the couch. Hold the knees in a good alignment as you get up. Don't need to rush the process, just move steady. Very good. 10 seconds left. And 3, 2, 1. Finish that one, and we'll take our 30 seconds. All right, crew, one more set left. Thankful for the nice breeze here today. All right, shoulder to overhead. Another way to do it is you can hold one weight on each side. Just go overhead with one. All right, if you're joining us for that third set, here we go. Dip and push high to overhead. Hips back, knees out. This is our last circuit, then we'll finish with some stretching. Good job. Nice job. There you go, Jean. Good, Shirley. And rotating. All right. Sit up and get up. You know, and if perchance you don't have like anything that you can lie all the way back down, you can, you know, sit down, get up, whatever, however you can participate works. Just good movements. Keep breathing. There you go, nice. Over halfway. Good job, Laura, doing the tuck ups. I like it. 15 seconds left. It's a great idea for modification. Sometimes getting off on the ground can make you a little bit lightheaded getting up, so make sure you're feeling okay there. And go ahead and rest when you finish that set. Nice job, everybody. All right, get some water. Those of you who are familiar with the stretches and prefer to be on the ground, feel free to head back to the floor or join me seated. We're gonna do a couple of hip stretches here, and then we'll finish with the upper body. All right, nice work. So sitting or lying on your back, we're gonna start by pulling the right thigh towards the right shoulder, right chest. If you can, grab the shin, pull it in towards the chest, and go ahead and rotate the ankle around. You can't quite grab the shin, you can grab behind the thigh as well. Switch legs when you're ready. Extend out that one, pull the other leg in, move the ankle around. Very good. Now we're gonna go into the glute stretch. So instead of pulling the leg to the same side shoulder, those of you on the floor, you're gonna pull it towards the opposite shoulder. Those seated with me, we're gonna pull it, just across the body, looking to get a little bit of a stretch in the outer hip here. Shouldn't be a deep stretch, just saying hello to the glutes. Open them up a little bit. You can even kind of, I don't know, call it like a flossing, like move the leg up and down. Get some movement through there. And then we'll switch sides. Same thing on the other side. You can start by pulling it towards the same side shoulder and then bringing it across the body to open up that outer hip. Nice little sweat today, or glow, shall we call it. Okay, if you prefer, you can stick with this glute stretch. If you feel all right to go into a deeper stretch, we're gonna go figure four next. So work that right foot towards the left thigh. And then those of you lying down, you'll pull the left thigh in. Those of you seated, sit tall and then bow forward, looking to get the outer hip. If you can't quite get the foot all the way to the thigh, just pull it the best you can. Just gentle stretches. Fantastic, and go ahead and switch. Same thing other side. This time left foot comes towards the right thigh. Those of you on the back, hug it in. Those of you seated, sit tall, gently bow forward. Again, now we're getting that outer hip on the left. Well done. Good job. Knees bent, feet flat. You can stay on your back if you're down there, or seated. We're just gonna windshield wiper the legs back and forth. One side, then the other. Very good. And then if you are on the ground, have everybody come up to seated when you're ready. We're gonna do a little bit of a stretch for the traps first. So you're gonna sit tall. Let's start on your right side. I'll do my left, so we're mirroring each other here. So I'm gonna set the shoulder blade back and down, and then you can do the seat on the ground or in the chair. We're gonna take that your right hand, palm up. See if you can just pin it under your glute a little bit there. And then you're gonna continue to traction that shoulder back and down. Sitting tall, pull the chin in like you're trying to make a double or triple chin, and then gently hand to the opposite side of the head, and you're tractioning that chin towards the opposite collarbone. These are all really gentle. We're looking to just kind of get along up through the traps here where it comes and dives into the back of the head. The overhead work tends to say hello to those traps. And then relax there. You can even use your hand, just kind of gently massage the area. Use like all 4 fingers. Get some blood flow in there. If you're tight after classes, movement is really good to help the blood flow get in there and heal. Paired with some stretching. And then again, we're going to go palm up, opposite side this time. So your left. Lock that arm in. Shoulder blades set back and down. Sitting tall. I pull the chin in. And then I'm going to gently bring the neck, chin towards the opposite collarbone. Head, neck, chin, they're all in the same region. Just very softly, gently stretching here. Very good. And then we'll kind of massage that upper trap area with the 4 fingers. You can even kind of squeeze it, get some good blood flow there. Beautiful. And then we're going to tilt the ear towards one shoulder and tilt the ear towards the other shoulder, back and forth. Imagine if you had like a pencil coming straight out from your nose, I don't know, like we're Pinocchio or something, and you wanted to hold that pencil in one point as you tilt your head. So try not to kind of drop the whole head, just like in stationary place there. And now we're gonna rotate, so looking across the body, and we'll go 2 fingers up on the cheekbone. Just give a really gentle overpressure. Hold for about 5 seconds, and then we'll go to the other direction. Sitting tall, look over the opposite shoulder, 2 fingers up on the cheekbone. Fantastic. Once more each way there. Good job. Awesome. And then we'll do our flexion and extension. So first, hands cross over the collarbones, downward tissue pull, gently look up. And then sitting tall, tuck the chin towards the chest, hands gently on the back of the head to encourage the chin towards the chest. I'm very light with that. Once more each direction, palms down, downward tissue pull, looking up. And when you're ready, chin towards the chest, very gently on the top of the head. Very good. And then if you feel good for it, just circle the head around a little bit. So circle around 2 to 3 directions one way, and then we'll reverse 2 to 3 the other. Fantastic. All right, and then let's just finish going back to our wall or the tree for our pec stretch. Elbow right about shoulder height. Inside leg steps forward, lean into it and turn away. Doorway works excellent, or just right along the wall, opening up the front of the chest. Well done. Switch when you're ready. Opposite hand, stepping in, lean in and rotate. Excellent. All right, folks, feel free to repeat that quad stretch we did or the open up the inner thighs. That's a good one for your cool downs as well, or after session. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording. Thanks for coming today.